5 ways to tell the difference between sadness and depression. Millions of people around the world experience sadness or depression at some point in their lives. However, recognizing the difference between a diagnosis of depression and the emotion of sadness can help a person process both in a healthy way. One of the most important distinctions between sadness and full-blown depression is the broadness of its effects on the body and mind. For a full diagnostic description of the characteristics of depression, we should check out its definition in the DSM-IV, the text used as the basis for diagnosis of conditions around the world. Among the medical professionals, depression is called major depressive disorder, and it comes with a combination of 9 different symptoms, ranging from weight loss to fatigue. To qualify, you must have experienced at least 5 of them and must experience them every day for a sustained period of time. We'll get into the nitty-gritty in this list, but one thing to take away from this is that depression is a far more overreaching experience than sadness. So if you're wondering if you're depressed or just a bit bummed out, here are 5 questions to ask yourself. Number 1, can you still enjoy things you like? Sadness. Being seriously bummed can be terrible, but even if you're sad, you're still able to enjoy things like pie, football, the Gilmore Girls, marathons, or other stuff you loved in the period before your sadness hit. It may take a bit of persuasion, but you do get into it in the end. Depression. One of the most important aspects of depression is the experience of anhedonia, or a lack of interest or enjoyment in things and activities you once got a lot of pleasure from. If you absolutely loved kickball, writing, graffitiing haunted buildings at night, and now you can't seem to get through the fog of sadness to feel excited about them again, in fact, they likely even seem pointless, you're probably experiencing depression. Number 2, are your emotions about a specific event or thing? Sadness. This is an interesting one because there's not a distinct line. You may just feel sad for reasons you can't put your finger on. However, often sadness is specific in its cause: the death of a relative, an upheaval or change, homesickness, a friend's illness, and so forth. Depression. Let's be clear here. Depressive episodes can still be triggered by specific events. Scientific American did an entire report in 2013 on studies examining what precisely these triggers are and how they work in the depressive brain. But the depressed person is uniquely primed to react badly to a negative event, and after it occurs, they often experience a deeper, more general feeling of depression and misery that lasts beyond normal boundaries. Plus, depression can turn up for no apparent reason at all. Number 3, are you maintaining normal eating and sleeping routines? With sadness, you may be badly upset after a breakup or when experiencing the blues in general, but on the whole, you're still able to maintain your desire to eat breakfast, work out if you want, or get to sleep roughly as planned. With depression, this is one of the DSM-IV definitions. Depression is often associated with serious disruption of normal eating patterns, sleeping patterns, or both. You may become an insomniac or sleep all day and not want to get out of bed. Eating disruptions are often a manifestation of the everything is pointless thinking of depression. What's the point of making a healthy dinner or indeed even eating at all? Number 4, do you experience variations in your low mood? Sadness. The blues are not a life sentence, even though many classic jazz songs may tell us otherwise. And there's room in them for alleviation. You have periods where you don't feel sad at all, like while you're doing something distracting. Depression. In moderate depression, low mood is fairly consistent throughout the day, though you may get bright spots sometimes. In severe depression, the depressive episode is constant, daily, and seemingly unrelenting. Number 5, do you experience self-punishing or extremely self-critical thoughts? With sadness, while you might feel responsible and a bit sucky for something bad you did or experienced, you often don't experience any permanent sense of worthlessness or guilt. With depression, it has its own special host of accompanying thought patterns, some of which are particularly strange. One of its most distinctive features is that your thoughts often become incredibly self-punishing. It's difficult to see yourself as anything except rotten, bad, worthless, and to blame for everything. Seeking help for depression is always important, but it is especially pressing if you're dealing with this symptom.